Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Best Pals podcast. Today it's part 2 of our 5-part series on the Millennial Kids Best TV Shows. Today we'll be focusing on Cartoon Network. Keep in mind I did not make this tournament bracket. If these shows were laid out differently, things may end up differently. But with that being said, today we're doing Cartoon Network. I am your host, Ben Richey. I am here with the Turtle Karate Master, Jake. And my girlfriend, Kate.
Hi.
Where's her mind?
Where's your mind?
That's her shirt. Where's her mind?
Let's not get too deep into these things, Jake.
Where is... You don't want to know where my mind is.
I know where it's at. It's at the Taco Bell drive-thru. You're just talking about Taco Bell.
Well.
It's a Taco Bell.
That's pretty true.
Alright, so today we're doing Cartoon Network, like I've said 3 times. The shows included on this tournament are The Powerpuff Girls, Camp Lazlo, My Gym Partner's a Monkey, Dexter's Laboratory, Bill and Mandy, Star Wars The Clone Wars, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Ed, Edd and Eddy, Chowder, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Samurai Jack, Operation Kids Next Door, Johnny Bravo, Cow and Chicken, and Scooby-Doo. I don't think I missed any, but I might have.
You might have.
I was jumping around a little bit. So Jake, the opening round, the opening fisticuffs belong to the Powerpuff Girls versus My Gym Partner's a Monkey.
I'm going to go with Powerpuff Girls. I've seen both. My Gym Partner's a Monkey. Have either of you two seen it?
No.
Never even heard of it.
My Gym Partner's a Monkey is basically about this little, or not little, but this kid. He's in school, and he only is able to get into this one school, and he goes there, and it's a school for animals.
Oh.
And they're all anthropomorphic, kind of. They walk and talk and all this other stuff. And his gym partner is a monkey named Jake.
Oh, just
I know,
like
right?
You're a monkey named Jake too.
But it's silly. It's full of hijinks. It can be funny. I preferred the Powerpuff Girls. I grew up on the Powerpuff Girls. I know they rebooted Powerpuff Girls.
Did they?
Yeah, they brought in a new Powerpuff Girl.
Really?
Yeah, one that was made before the 3. So she's basically their older sister, I guess. But we're just talking about the original one, and I prefer that.
Yeah, I've never heard of My Gym Partner's a Monkey, so
Neither have I.
I have watched and enjoyed the Powerpuff Girls, so
yeah,
Powerpuff
absolutely.
Girls. Moving on, Kate.
Yes.
The next match is Dexter's Laboratory versus Camp Lazlo.
Well, I've never watched Camp Lazlo, but I did used to watch Dexter's Laboratory, and I did enjoy it, so I will go with Dexter.
I have never even heard of Camp Lazlo. So
okay.
Dexter's Laboratory for me as well.
I've seen both.
So you're the tiebreaker.
Yeah, Camp Lazlo is basically it's kind of like Gym Partner's a Monkey, except there's no humans. It's a summer camp, and they're all these animals, and they're there, and Lazlo is a monkey.
Another fucking...
Yeah, and he's a monkey.
Cartoon Network loves their monkeys.
Yeah, they do. And so they just, again, hijinks and buffoonery, and they're trying to get their badges and all this other stuff. Dexter's Lab. I'm going with Dexter's Lab. It's so good. And, like, there's the episode where, like, his parents and everybody figure out he has a lab, and they get into this Megazord-style robot fight with Mandark.
I do specifically remember that one.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
So we've been talking a lot about monkeys. What was the show where there was a baboon with a big red butt?
That's I Am Weasel.
That's not on here, and I remember that show.
You just remember that big red butt?
I remember that big red butt.
And that's
Baboon.
That's IR Baboon.
IR Baboon, yes.
Okay.
Was that Adult
I've never
Swim, or
heard of
was
that.
That was Cartoon Network. That was Cartoon Network's Cartoons.
Oh.
Okay. There's
So
so
that
many
was
different
along-
sections.
that- yeah,
of it.
'cause-
Wasn't there also, it was like Real World with superheroes where there was like a Hulk but purple?
That was part of Dexter's Lab, I believe. Yeah, that was.
Didn't that get its own show though?
No, it never did because it was the Indomitable Crunk. That was the Hulk. There was a guy who was supposed to be Thor,
Right.
and he was mystical like Thor was, but he
played
had an
guitar.
axe. He had an axe that was a guitar.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And then there was like a Captain America style guy, and he was all American. He was. There were superheroes in Dexter's Lab that Dexter liked.
I could have swore it got its own like short, like 15-minute show, like in the cartoon thing.
It may have.
I could be wrong, but I could have remember. I'm pretty sure I remember watching standalone,
Well, they had episodes in Dexter's Lab where it was that.
like for 15 minutes. Or...
For like 10, 15 minutes, stuff like that. They did have like short whatevers. I think they were the Justice Pals or the Justice Buddies or something like that.
Sounds familiar, yeah.
Something like that.
All right, Jake. So we got next up, Billy and Mandy
Okay.
versus Chowder.
Ooh. Okay. I don't. Have either of you watched
I've
Chowder?
never seen either of those
I've never
shows.
seen
Okay.
Chowder.
Okay. Chowder's really good. It's really funny. It's stupid. It's all about food.
Yeah, I
makes
like
sense.
food,
And
so.
then the main character, the main character's name is Chowder, and he's this purple cat little kid.
I also like cats.
And then there's this.
Might be show just
I
for
know.
you.
It's. I think you'd enjoy it. It's silly.
Okay.
There's a guy in it. I think his name is. Is it Strudel? I think his name is Strudel. Everybody's named after food. So
Okay.
there's a guy named Gazpacho. There's all and the guy who named Strudel. He says one word. He says rada. And the entire time he's like rada 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 rada, and that's all he says. And it's like him having a full conversation.
I'm trying to think of the last podcast. Spogili Man?
Spagili Man.
That's a last podcast thing. It's a monster. It's like Slender Man, but
Slender Man.
made out of pasta.
And
Sounds
so
like it'd be in the show.
And what was the other one? I forgot it already.
Billy and Mandy.
Billy and Mandy.
Yeah, what is that about it?
Oh, It's the Grim Adventures
Reaper.
of Billy and Mandy.
Oh.
The
It's-
Grim Reaper hangs out with two
But
kids.
that also sounds awesome, so like I don't know how I'm gonna pick which one without having seen either of them. I'm just gonna really have to guess.
with Billy and Mandy, it's basically Billy and Mandy. The first episode is basically them having a contest with death with the
Okay.
Grim Reaper,
Okay.
and they win. And when they win, they have Grim Reaper Death has to become their best friend.
Okay.
And basically, the entire show is about them going on adventures with death. Which is
That sounds
also a
right
really
up
good
my
show.
alley. Yeah.
It's a really good show. I'm probably going to have to go with Billy and Mandy.
I was going to go with Billy and Mandy, too.
Based on how he sold both of them to me, I'm gonna choose Billy and Mandy also.
Yeah, I never seen Chowder, and while you did make it sound like it would be an enjoyable
Yeah, they both sound
show,
cool.
Yeah.
I have seen Billy and Mandy, and I do remember enjoying it. So, Billy and Mandy is moving on.
There's an episode of Billy and Mandy where Billy, he's scared of spiders. Like, he hates spiders.
I don't love spiders.
And like there's an episode where like I can't remember it exactly, but something happens with spiders. He's like, they're going to destroy us all, destroy us all, and he just yells that at the top of his voice, destroy us all, for like it cuts from scene to scene to scene, and it's like him in bed, him in the shower, him eating, him at school, him watching
very
TV,
serious
him,
about it.
and it just keeps cutting to stuff like that, and and then it cuts to like him in a courtroom on the stand, and then just stuff like that. He just keeps yelling to destroy us all. It's really good.
All right, Kate, next up is Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends versus Ben 10.
I've never seen either of those two.
Never seen either of those.
No.
Jake?
So somebody else. You're gonna have to explain
Foster's-
them to me again.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends is basically a show for imaginary friends
Yes.
that don't have a child to be their imaginary friend anymore. So they go to Foster's, which is like an orphanage.
Okay.
For imaginary friends.
I have seen Foster's. I've never watched Ben 10 though.
And Ben 10 is essentially this little kid who ends up getting this watch that shoots down from space. And he's camping with his grandpa and his cousin, and he goes and he sees this watch, and it latches onto his wrist, and the watch allows him...
I feel like I have seen that.
The watch allows him to transform into 10 different aliens.
Okay.
And he saves the world with it.
I feel like I might have actually seen that before. So yeah.
I'm personally going to go for Ben 10 because
I think I would pick
the theme song's catchy. And I really... I've watched all... Because there's like... It's had a million different iterations. Because it has Ben 10, it has Ben 10 Alien Force. And, because it just keeps going on and on and on. So...
And... Well, I haven't played many. I think me and you might have played one of the games, and it was kind of fun. But I have seen Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. I have not seen Ben 10. So, Kate, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends or Ben 10?
I'm picking Ben 10 based on that, because I do think I may have seen it before.
All right. And you picked Ben 10?
Oh, yeah, Ben 10.
So Ben 10's moving on. And, Jake?
Yo.
This one may be difficult. It's Courage the Cowardly Dog versus Samurai Jack.
Samurai Jack. That's not even... Samurai Jack is so good. I love Courage. And I know Jamie loves Courage.
Yeah, we were supposed to have a fourth member for this episode, and she couldn't make it, and she wanted us to give her a shout-out, because Jamie really likes Courage the Cowardly Dog.
So she would be the tiebreaker.
Yeah, she probably would.
Yeah.
But I love Samurai Jack so much. Courage was creepy. Courage had a lot of creep factor to it, especially that one episode where he has the slab, and he's like, "Return the slab,
the creepy guy,
or suffer my curse."
Now, see, Samurai Jack, I can respect that. I've heard it's good. I've never seen it.
What?
I have seen Courage the Cowardly Dog. So you're going to be a tiebreaker again for Courage versus Samurai Jack.
I also am a Courage fan.
So I know there's a lot of Samurai Jack fans, and didn't it not too long ago get like a new series or new season at least?
It was a new season because when it originally aired, they left it on a cliffhanger. Like, they didn't finish the series. And then they came back with a final season, and it finished off the whole series. And the final series, the final season, is way more adult than the original show. Like, there's blood and there's more violence, and it's really good.
Yeah, I remember. I think Adam is a big Samurai Jack fan, but I've never seen it, so unfortunately I gotta go Courage Cowardly Dog, because that's what I know, and that's her too. So sorry, Jake, but Samurai Jack is eliminated.
My heart.
I'll have to watch it one of these days.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. It's so. I think I have it all at home. It's so good.
I'll have to hunt it down. It's probably streaming on something. Kate, the next matchup.
I know. Sorry.
Is Ed, and Eddie versus Star Wars The Clone Wars. Now,
so I know what you're going to say because I love Star Wars.
I know you love Star Wars.
But I'm not going to pick it because I've never watched it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If
and
you've never seen the
watch
cartoon.
Ed, and Eddie, and I did enjoy it, even though it's goofy as hell. But I'm going to pick Ed, and Eddie.
Okay, because I was going to say, I know you love Star Wars.
I wasn't just going to, I haven't seen it.
But I haven't seen it either. And
yeah.
Full disclosure, Ed, and Eddie is one of my all-time favorite shows. So
it was going to be like a boxing match.
Yeah.
So we're Star Wars.
So
fisticuffs.
Ed, and Eddie is also getting my vote. I love that show. That was my all-time favorite Cartoon Network show. Like, all these are great, but I would watch Ed, and Eddie continuously. If there was a marathon, I wouldn't turn the TV off. That's one of my all-time favorite shows. So you know what I'm pulling for to get to the finals. Jake, Ed, and Eddie or the Clone Wars?
Oh, I've seen Clone Wars. Nickelodeon. Cartoon Network has multiple Star Wars shows. And I can't remember which. I think Star Wars The Clone Wars was the hand-drawn one and not the computer animated one.
Yeah, I think so, because I have seen action figures and stuff about the Clone Wars, and yeah, it's got that weird and long.
Yeah, they're all blocky and
Yeah.
So I think that's what I've seen it. At Ed and Eddie. Ed and Eddie is so good. It's so stupid and silly.
It's so goofy.
And I've watched Ed eat a stump. Like it's so good. Plus, you know, have you? I'm sure you have heard it because you love Ed and Eddie so much. But you've heard like the creepypasta about Ed and Eddie, where the cul-de-sac is actually purgatory, and they're all actually dead souls just sitting in purgatory.
Cool,
I know.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I made a girl cry. There was this girl that had a crush on me, and I was not into her, and I was really into Ed and Eddie. So I'm just playing around digging a hole, and she's like trying to like get on me and stuff, and I just kept going, dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole, like Ed, dig a hole, dig a, and she started crying and left, and I was like,
dang,
butter toast.
Butter toast. All right,
she's
so
just afraid of you.
Dig a hole. Plant your body in this hole. Plant your body in this hole.
Right.
Hey, as a kid, I like to dig holes. All right, so Ed and Eddie's moving on. Jake, we got Scooby-Doo versus Cow and Chicken.
Is that what's new Scooby-Doo or just Scooby-Doo?
It's just Scooby-Doo.
So good old Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, good old Scooby-Doo. Where are you? It's Scooby-Doo. Cow and Chicken is really weird.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's Cartoon Network's Ren and Stimpy. It's really weird. It's got that devil guy who's all red and naked all the time.
Right.
You know, they're always eating pork butts.
Yeah.
And you know, for some reason, mom and dad, who are two humans, have a son and a daughter who are a cow and a chicken, and they gave birth to them.
They also, am I thinking of a different show, or do they not have heads?
It's like Charlie Brown rules. You never see their faces.
Yeah, and I feel like at one point the camera did like pan up and they just were straight, no heads. If I could be remembering that wrong.
You know, that's a strong possibility. That's how weird that show was. You know, because I Am Weasel was also a part of that show.
Right.
I Am Weasel, I Are Baboon. You know, because he'd always be like, I am Weasel, and he'd always be the superhero. And but yeah, not
good enough to beat out Scooby-Doo.
No, Scooby-Doo's a classic. They've solved mysteries with Batman, Don Knotts, the Harlem Globetrotters, Sonny and Cher,
John Cena,
the Flintstones. Was it the Flintstones or am I thinking of the Jetsons? That might be
the Jetsons and the Flintstones had a crossover.
Yeah,
I don't know if Scooby ever ended up in there.
You know, they met Kiss. You know.
Lots of adventures.
You know, Scooby-Doo has had multiple series. We're not going to talk about Scrappy.
Scrappy is so annoying.
But I will sit here and say one of my favorite Scooby-Doo shows is 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo.
I think I have seen that.
Which only has like 12 or 14 episodes. And it has Vincent Price in it.
Oh, really?
Playing Vincent Price.
Never heard of it.
Oh, it's so... They're actually catching real ghosts. And they have to lock them up in a chest. It's really, really good.
So it's like Ghostbusters.
It's kind of, but it's not because it takes place during a summer where Velma and Fred aren't there.
They're out making out.
Yeah, probably because it's Daphne, Shaggy, Scooby, Scrappy Doo, and Flim Flam.
Flim
Flam, and he. I don't know this for a fact, but I believe he's a little Hispanic boy wearing an all-yellow tracksuit. And he's always trying to shoot a move and make a scam. And his name is Flim Flam. And it is...
Probably did not age well.
It is a little on the... It's at that line where you don't know if it's racist or not. But, you know, you kind of accept it because it's Scooby-Doo and it's really innocent.
Oh, Scooby can't be racist.
Yeah, because it's really, really innocent.
Yeah, but he can.
And he probably was.
Yeah.
Okay, Scooby-Doo or
definitely Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
And definitely Scooby-Doo. I love Cow and Chicken. I don't remember anything about Cow and Chicken.
Yeah.
I probably watched 100 episodes, and I remember their parents not having heads, if I'm even remembering the correct show.
Which will fuck you up.
They also had another show Do you remember Two Stupid Dogs?
Vaguely. I don't think I ever watched it, but I remember the
Yeah.
name and probably the theme song, but I don't know if I ever sat down and watched the entire
I
episode.
think it was in the same area as that.
All right. So that leaves one more match for round one, Kate. We got Operation Kids Next Door versus Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo. I've never seen Operation Kids Next Door. I wasn't a huge Johnny Bravo fan, but I have at least watched it before.
But he's super cute. You have to admit that.
I don't like cartoon
He's a
balls.
hunk. Jake?
I'm gonna have to go with Codename Kids Next Door. Because I love Johnny Bravo, don't get me wrong, but, you know, Codename Kids Next Door had adventure. They went to the moon in one episode. It was really cool. It was, you know, they were like spies.
Yeah, see, I never really watched much Kids Next Door. I remember a few episodes here and there. I remember some of the video games. But I gotta go Johnny Bravo, Jake.
He's
I
a
gotta
classic.
go Johnny Bravo.
He's a classic.
It's the stuff I liked, because, like, it had that...
You know.
Yeah. Yes, that's why. That's why I liked it. I never watched too much Kids Next Door. I remember enjoying what I had seen, and there being a lot of like GBA games and stuff like that. But you can't. Johnny Bravo's a classic. You can't beat
Sure
Johnny
is.
Bravo.
Right.
That car just started outside. I wonder if they could hear that. All right, Jake. We are down to round 2.
Oh, snap.
The first match of round 2 is going to be Ben 10 versus Dexter's Laboratory.
That's hard for me because I really enjoy both. Dexter's classic, but Ben 10 has a lot of action in it.
Right. Full disclosure, never seen Ben 10. So keep that in mind. I'm Ben.
I'm gonna go.
But I've never seen Ben 10.
I'm gonna go with Dexter's Lab because it's classic. It's a lot of fun.
And obviously I'm going Dexter's Lab, so...
As am I.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I'm sure Ben 10's great. I had never seen it.
Me neither.
It always kind of looked cool, but by the time it was coming out, I was probably already in like middle school riding a skateboard around. I wasn't really watching Cartoon Network. So it was a little late for me to get into. So I am definitely going with Dexter's Laboratory because that's what I grew up watching.
Heck yeah.
Kate, the Powerpuff Girls versus Billy and Mandy.
Powerpuff Girls because I haven't seen Billy and Mandy. So it kind of made it an easy
Easy choice.
pick.
Yeah. What about you, Jake?
Even though it does sound like I would like Billy and Mandy better, so I feel kind of dumb picking it, but I have to go with that.
I'm probably gonna go with Billy and Mandy. Mostly for the fact that when I was growing up, not that I think that now, but when I was growing up, I felt like Powerpuff Girls was like a girl cartoon. You know what I mean? Like how
Yeah, I could see
you know, My Little Pony was, and you know that stuff.
Lots of
I never really I watched it if it was on, but I never was like Powerpuff Girls, you know, because I was a little boy and I was like, I want to watch Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles and Transformers and stuff like that. So I never really thought that when I was a kid. So I do. Wow, I lost my train of thought.
Okay. Well,
Billy and Mandy?
Billy and Mandy. It was
Billy
great.
and Mandy.
Billy and Mandy's good.
Death
Adventures.
I think I have to go with Powerpuff Girls. I really liked Billy and Mandy, but that was kind of at the tail end of my Cartoon Network watching days.
Right.
So I would catch an episode here and there, and I would enjoy it, and it was cool having Death around and seeing kids hang out with the Grim Reaper. But Powerpuff Girls were there from like the start, and I remember enjoying it. And yeah, I could see where you're getting with it being feeling like a girl show.
Mm-hmm.
But then they'd bring in like the rowdy rough boys,
Right.
and the monkey, I can't even remember.
Mojo Jojo.
Was
And-
fucking weird.
And him
Him
was
was
like a cross dresser, but
super
they
weird.
weren't gonna like say that in a Kids show
Yeah.
back then. But you could tell
Right.
looking back at it.
Right. All right, sorry, we had a quick cut there. We're now joined by Jamie, who is a more of a Disney Channel expert, you would say?
I don't know about expert, but I like Disney Channel.
So, we're currently into Cartoon Network. We're into round 2, and Jamie, I'll let you start. This next match is Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh my God!
Versus Scooby-Doo.
Oh God!
Yeah, the dogs going up against each other.
I still gotta go Courage the Cowardly Dog. I'm committed.
Yeah.
Yep, that was fair. The best kids show of that time period.
What about you, Jakes?
I'm gonna go Scooby-Doo. I love Courage. It's super creepy and
that's the aesthetic.
Yeah, I love it so much. That one episode with the nephew, where he's like always has to shave everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a really creepy one.
It played on children's phobias, and that's what made it fantastic.
But I love Scooby-Doo so much, and it's a classic. And they were with the Harlem Globetrotters, so I have to with Scooby.
Kate, Scooby-Doo or Courage the Cowardly Dog?
I really like both pups, but I'm gonna go with Courage.
All right, so it's down to me then. Courage the Cowardly Dog and Scooby-Doo. One of the episodes I remember the most about Courage is when Muriel gets turned into a baby and she wants mac and cheese.
Oh, yeah. That's a great one.
That has stuck with me since I've been like 4 or 5, whenever it came out. So unfortunately, I know Scooby-Doo has a long, great history, but I gotta go with Courage as well.
It's a respectable cartoon.
Yes.
It really is. It's generational because my kid loves it too.
I do remember that episode specifically, and then he finally makes the macaroni and cheese perfect the way she wants it, and she's like, I hate macaroni and cheese, and then throws it at him again. And it
was a toss-up between those two, I would say.
My favorite, Return the Slab.
Oh yeah, we were just talking about that. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about earlier.
All right, Jake. So the final match for round 2 is Johnny Bravo versus Ed, and Eddie.
Ed, and Eddie. It's Ed, and Eddie. I love, like I said before, I like Johnny Bravo, but Ed, and Eddie is just so good. There's just so much silliness and so much slapsticky, and it always made me want a jawbreaker. Right. Like, it always made me want a jawbreaker.
Kate, Ed, and Eddie or Johnny Bravo?
Definitely Ed, and Eddie. Just so goofy and good to watch.
Jamie?
This is hard for me. This one's really hard because there were some Ed, and Eddie episodes that I hated, and there were certain characters that I really hated. Johnny Bravo was all around like...
Just Johnny Bravo?
Yeah. I don't know. It might be the punk aesthetic of it more so than the content.
He's more of a greaser.
Yeah. Well, I mean, rockabilly is a punk setting.
Nowadays. Back then, I think it was still probably greaser.
Yeah,
90s.
They were still considered the punk of society.
Hey there, sexy mama.
So sexist.
Yeah, it really was misogynistic.
It was very bad.
Very misogynistic, yeah.
Oh, gosh. I don't know why this one has to be so hard for me. I think I'm going to stick with Ed, and Eddie, though, because Plank...
I don't know why you don't have a Plank.
Plank was a lovable character.
Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah, that's my favorite part.
When you were saying there's characters I don't like, I was going to say, you gotta let it go, Plank wasn't that bad. I love Plank.
Plank's so good.
Alright, and not that it matters, but I too would say Ed and Eddie because, like I said at the beginning, I'm pushing for Ed and Eddie all the way because that is one of my all-time favorite cartoons, regardless of anything.
I will say there was an episode of Johnny Bravo that I really liked where he meets a girl online and she's an antelope.
Oh yeah.
I remember that.
And Johnny Bravo had a lot of great mashups.
Yeah. He was in an episode of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, he was.
He was in and what did he liked Daphne, but I think Velma was really into him, and I don't know. It was...
He was not interested in
No, he was just like... he really wanted Daphne. Yep. Yeah. Sorry, my bad.
All right, so now we are in to the semifinals. Only 4 shows remain. So, Jake, we got the Powerpuff Girls versus Courage the Cowardly Dog.
I'm going to have to go with Courage. Courage is way more in my wheelhouse than
the Powerpuff
Girls. I love the Powerpuff Girls, but Courage is so creepy and it's so nice, and he goes on adventures. There's the the episode with the cat? Like the really tall, lanky cat, and he's always trying to kill Courage for some weird reason.
Oh yeah.
But
wasn't it a fox?
There was multiple. There was a fox, and the fox wore the sunglasses.
Messed me up for a few days. I was messed up.
Yeah, the fox wore the sunglasses, and then there was the cat.
Yeah.
So.
Wasn't he in love with the cat?
No.
Or is that a different character?
No, the cat was like a guy.
Okay.
And he was really tall and lanky, like 3 times the size of Courage.
Was he black?
No, he was red.
Damn it.
Pretty sure he was red. But
I might not remember.
he was always trying to kill him.
These ideas. Kate, or the Powerpuff Girls, or Courage the Cowardly Dog?
Definitely Courage. Like, I'd watch Powerpuff Girls if it was on, but Courage was more up my alley.
Jamie?
I have to stick with Courage, but I do want to give a shout out with Powerpuff Girls. It definitely influenced me as a young girl, and it was very empowering.
True.
And while I always enjoyed the rowdy rough boys,
Oh yeah,
I gotta go with Courage regardless. Even if it wasn't a clean sweep, I would have probably went with Courage.
I liked the green gangbangers.
Oh yeah, they were
the green gangbangers.
Yeah, they were in the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, they had some name. They were bad guys, but they were kind of like sexy bad guys.
Yeah, they were punks. They were like teenagers, and
I vaguely remember that. But now all I can picture are the
Buttercup wanted to be
the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles greasers from their planet with their.
Oh, you mean the hot rodding teenagers from Dimension X?
Yeah, that's all I can picture when you guys are talking about that. So we got one more match in the semifinals. Kate, we got Ed and Eddie versus Dexter's Laboratory.
Ed and Eddie.
Yeah?
Yeah, I just feel like it's more entertaining, goofy, all around better.
Jamie?
I'm sorry, I have to go with Dexter. Dexter was the best. I loved Dee Dee. She's my alter ego.
Oh, jeez.
So whatever opposite is me, that's Dee Dee.
Okay, I can see opposite.
Yeah, I could see that too.
That's my alter ego. If I was super infeminine, that would be me. But I'm not.
Just all pink and
frilly
pink
and tutus. And like the popular
around.
Girl.
Yeah. I don't know if she's popular.
I think she is.
Seems like she would be.
Yeah, she seems like she would be.
She is a typical girl.
Oh yeah, and she like wants to annoy the crap out of her younger brother.
Does she want to, or is she just too dumb to realize she's annoying?
No, that's a play on it. It's because it's sexism. It's sexism down to like this is what little girls are. They have pink tutus and they're ballerinas and they're popular. And, you know, they're mean to their brother, but they really love them deep down. Like, this is a stereotypical.
I mean, yeah, it was in the 90s.
Yep.
And then Eddie or Dexter's Laboratory.
That's really hard for me because when I was growing up, I always wanted to be a scientist.
Yes.
When I was growing up, I always wanted to be a scientist. Not a Ninja Turtle, a scientist. That didn't in no way came to me.
It was inspirational.
Yeah, like I was always taking apart stuff, and like my mom hated me because I took apart our toaster. But like, she's like, no, I have to go buy another damn toaster. But like,
see, when I was a kid, all I wanted was money. So I
get that from you.
No, I didn't.
You spent it all on video games and Pokemon cards.
That's probably close to the Pokemon cards.
I mean, I did the same thing. I would get money from my whatever holiday or birthday, and then I would literally go to the flea market and spend hundreds of dollars on Pokemon cards. But I'm going to go ahead and go with Ed, Edd and Eddy, I think. I love Ed, Edd and Eddy so much.
Oh.
Ed, Edd and Eddy all the way. Like I said earlier, you know I'm voting for Ed, Edd and Eddy regardless.
I stand by my decision.
I'm not saying Dexter's Lab is bad. It's great. But I felt like Ed, Edd and Eddy was a lot sillier.
Yeah, I get that. It was definitely kind of a guy show in my...
I also loved Rolf. Like,
yeah,
never mess with the son of a shepherd!
He was pretty great.
He would say some things that probably wouldn't go over well these days.
Yeah.
They would just slip under the radar.
That whole show would
calling
not be on.
People like bottles of mayonnaise. And
yeah. like the things he would say, like, you would hear it now and you'd be like, that's such a double entendre. It's not even funny.
So we have made it to the finals, which is Courage the Cowardly Dog versus Ed, Edd and Eddy. But to get here, we started with the Powerpuff Girls. My Gym Partner's a Monkey.
Oh, that was a good show.
Billy and Mandy. Chowder.
Another one.
I told you, yeah.
Samurai Jack. Scooby-Doo. Cow and Chicken. Operation Kids Next Door. Johnny Bravo. Star Wars The Clone Wars. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Oh.
Ben 10. Dexter's Laboratory. And Camp Lazlo. Those have all been eliminated, which leaves us with Courage the Cowardly Dog versus Ed, Edd and Eddy. Jake.
I like how you look like, Jake? Well, like, you better pick the right one, Jake. That's really hard. Ed, Edd and Eddy and Courage are both amazing. As much now, I love horror movies now. Back then, not so much, but now I love horror everything. But if I'm going based on all my nostalgia, it's got to be Ed, Edd and Eddy, because I would go out of my way to watch Ed, Edd and Eddy. I wouldn't do that for Courage. I would go out of my way to watch Ed, Edd and Eddy. So, and I loved Double D.
Mm-hmm.
I love Double D.
Double D. I liked
At
Big
the
Ed.
scientist aspect.
Yeah.
Because Double D was smart.
I loved that. I loved Double D. I loved how he always had to have like everything in its place, but also he was a hypocrite sometimes, and he didn't have. Or I always want to know what was under his hat.
Yeah, well, I feel like we've seen it once, and he was bald with like a few strings of hair.
Yeah,
but I could be wrong.
No, he was bald.
Yeah.
Like, because they would show it. Okay, they wouldn't show it, but they'd show it off screen, or they cut his head down to like to his forehead.
Mystery of the whole show.
And then they'd be like, oh my god! Like they would like react so like he's a monster underneath that hat.
So I've already made it clear that my vote is also for Ed, Edd and Eddy because Courage the Cowardly Dog is great, and the macaroni and cheese episode is fantastic. I love Ed, Edd and Eddy, and I will watch through Ed, Edd and Eddy right now. If there wasn't a Cartoon Network streaming service, I would be watching that. I'm currently watching Boy Meets World, but I would also be watching Ed, Edd and Eddy. Kate?
Sorry, boy, but it's going to be Courage.
Oh,
maybe.
I'm going Courage.
Yeah,
There's
so it's
nothing.
a tie. So how do we break this? A coin flip?
I'm gonna call Adam.
I was
It's
say,
the psychological horror for me that brings me back time and time again.
Spookier.
I was gonna say I have a big ass coin in my pocket we can flip.
I'm gonna call Adam.
You're gonna
and he's gonna break.
gaming.
He's gaming, so don't be surprised if he doesn't answer.
We're gonna try, and he's gonna break this tie.
That's a huge coin.
It's $1.
Yes, it is.
My grandpa used to have one of these embedded in a belt buckle.
Oh.
And he would wear that belt buckle everywhere he went. That way, no matter what happens, he was never broke.
Oh, he had $1.
He always had $1.
Oh.
Looks like we're gonna have to coin
Yeah,
it.
I don't think he's gonna answer, is he?
Keep gaming.
I'm gonna call Evan. We're gonna call somebody, and they're gonna break this tie for us.
Hello.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey, you got a second? I got a question.
Sure, what's up?
We're recording a podcast right now, and
Yeah.
we're trying to decide what the best Cartoon Network show is between Courage the Cowardly Dog and Ed, Edd and Eddy, and it's a tie.
Ed, Edd and Eddy.
Okay, thank you.
Of course, he called him dude, too.
Yeah,
So
we're rigged. He called a man.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. I'll talk to you later.
I'm playing my feminism card.
So Ed, Edd and Eddy wins.
Ed and Eddy.
Call a lady.
Yeah. I don't know.
We can make this.
Here, I'll call Ange.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
This could be here all night.
Yeah, but what
Ed,
if
Edd and Eddy won.
I'll call Ange. I don't care.
Call her. Let's. All right.
Yeah, I want to see if she picks.
Okay.
We can use your tiebreaker. I just want to see if she ends up picking what we pick.
Yeah, it's a psycholocal
Yeah.
experiment right now. This is fun. I like this game.
Hey. Hey, right now, me, Ben, Kate, and Jamie are we're recording a podcast. And we have
Courage and Ed.
we have to decide what is the best Cartoon Network cartoon between Ed, Edd and Eddy and Courage the Cowardly Dog. And you have to be the tiebreaker.
Oh, that's so bad. Oh, no.
It's such a moral dilemma, I know.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I watched more Ed, and Eddie, but I love
Alright.
so much more, but I'm gonna go with Ed, and Eddie.
Okay. Okay.
It's overwhelmingly Ed, and Eddie.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ange.
You're welcome.
Alright. Talk to you later. Bye.
Alright,
Okay.
so
Now we
so-
feel like it was decided fairly.
so we have run through all of Cartoon Network shows on this bracket, and we have decided that Ed, Edd and Eddy is the best Cartoon Network show, and it'll make it to the final round. And it took, what, 6 people to decide that?
Yeah, 6 people, 4 of which wanted Ed, and Eddie.
This is why the whiteboard system works so efficiently.
I can see that.
I originally wanted 5 people for this, so there wouldn't be a
That
tie,
would
but-
be
Yeah.
the best way to do it.
But couldn't do it. So I think on the first episode we said we were doing Disney Channel
Yeah.
next, which obviously we didn't. We did Cartoon Network. So next time,
Sorry, it's my fault.
next time we'll be doing Disney Channel. So thanks for watching. I'm Ben Richey. That's
I'm
Kate,
I'm Jake.
Jake,
I'm Jamie.
and Jamie. And that was Cartoon Network at N81.
Woo!
So we'll see you next time.